my oldest child, my little baby, my tiny little girl, went to high school. Her first day
Oh,
at high school. And we made her pose on the step like we did for her first year in reception, like we did for every school year after that, like we did for her last day of primary school just back in July. And there she was, big kid in a big school uniform, walking in very brave, braver than maybe me and my wife were, as she toddled into big school for a uniform inspection as she walked through the gate.
a uniform inspection on the first day.
I think they are setting rules right from the outset. In fact, this school, like it's a pretty strict school, and I think that's not a bad thing. They even offered kids the opportunity to go to the school yesterday to show their uniform to check it would pass the inspection. Um, so it
Wow.
was a difficult, but it was a very bittersweet morning, really. Trying, she had to get up, she had to get out early. We had to be cool, we had to be relaxed, we had to be fine. And whilst inside, we were like, oh, our little baby's grown up, and so I didn't want to get too close to the school gate. I wanted to give her a space. My wife pretty much wanted to run through the school gate with her. It was all very lovely. All the parents were there, like it felt like 100 parents were all there gathered round. It's raining today, so there were umbrellas up. So it was like this sort of chorus of people all lined up around the gate. Uh, I'd love to see what that school gate looks like in 2 weeks' time, where there's literally no parents within a mile of there as the kids are sent in on their own.
So was it a phased introduction for Mabel in that it was just like the year sevens going in today? That's how I'd want it.
Yes, it was, which is a good thing. Which is much better, because those big scary kids don't get to intimidate them on day one. They've got to wait till Monday for that. So, can you
Oh
remember
man,
your first day at high school, Rich?
I can remember it. What I can remember about it is it's not necessarily the fear, but it's all the stories that you hear from your final kind of months in primary school, and then you've got that summer holiday break, and you're told all those stories about, oh yeah, they flush heads down toilets and all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
because you've just lived in that world of innocence that is primary school, you get there and you're looking for the toilet, but you're not looking for the toilet because you need the toilet. You're looking, thinking, where's the toilets that I'm going to get my heads flushed down and all that kind of stuff. Not that I've got two heads. Um, and then just very slowly, you're thinking, okay, this isn't actually anywhere near as bad as I thought this was going to be. It isn't as scary. I just remember that moment when you're going through. There is fear, but the day then just got better and better as it went on. And you're also meeting new kids because it's not just the kids from your primary school; it's other primary schools as well.
yeah.
It's another world. It's another world. But the one thing that I would say, and I hope it's the case for Mabel, is it was the start of possibly. Am I going to say this? Yeah, I think it was the start for me of the happiest 5 years of my life.
Oh, well, that's good to know, and I do hope that will be the case for her. To contrast with my own first day at high school, I'm from an aspirational migrant family wanting the best for their kids. My mum, God bless her, wanted me to turn up on first day looking my best, ready to impress. I turned up in the crispiest, smartest school uniform with the official school bag. I literally walked through the gates. Boffin! Boffin! There was a school tuck shop. I bought a can of Fanta. It got stolen by one of the big kids on the lunch break. For me, it was not a good day. It got better.
But when you and I went to high school and it was our
Mhm.
first day, I don't think they were just doing like year seven only. It was
No, no, no.
literally you
Everyone
all
was
go.
there. Everyone was
Yeah.
there. It was not. I'm expecting my child to have a much better day than I did, and I'm hoping she has a 5 excellent years where she can avoid detention most terms.
But the one thing that I would say is that you've ended up, despite what I would say, you've ended up a pretty rounded person.
Thank you,
So
Rich.
maybe there is an argument that you need to later on today
Mm.
find a fence near the school
Yep.
and just be shouting boffin and
Yeah.
abuse at your own
Throw some
child.
eggs, steal her
Throw some
drink.
eggs, just unsettle her a little bit.
You know, that'd be so funny. I'm like on a dad's WhatsApp group. It would be so funny for us to just before school finishes, go down the local shop, buy some eggs and flour, and just pelt our kids on their first day. Losers.
Tricky to do a rating for a first day of school.
Well, I am going to not rate her first day of school. I'm going to rate how it makes us feel as parents, like the feeling of your child going to big school. And I am going to give that 4 stars. It's like something that you have enormous pride about, but yet it is a bit emosh, and I don't let there is a worry in my heart, which I know will pass very quickly. So I think it's a qualified 4 stars for me.
You could even widen it up and give a 2-star rating to kids growing up.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean that for me is every single star.
We've had tears in this. We've had tears in this house this week from my wife because I've told her that the lunchbox and the sandwich bags that she prepares Rocco's packed lunch in are now too babyish. He shouldn't be going in year 3 with like a sandwich bag that looks like a giant tiger.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want him to grow up, and it's like, well, he's got to.
Yeah. Tough. I mean, I think the equivalent lunchbox for me was a He-Man one. I think, yeah, but when you get to 8 years old, you don't really want to be He-Man.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Enough of this emotion.